It's a crisp autumn afternoon in 2005. You convinced your mother to take you to the local Blockbuster, and there's only one thing on your mind. Geist, for the Nintendo GameCube. It'll only come out last month. You already know exactly where in the store it is, so you quickly run up and grab it, throw it onto the checkout, and as the clerk is checking it out, he gets your mom's attention. Right before she's about to reach for her card, he says, "This game is rated M. Are you okay with that? I presume you're getting it for him." This is just what you had feared. Mom wouldn't let you play a game if she knew it was rated M. Your dreams had just been dashed and you can only think to yourself, how did things get to be like this? Well, that's a complicated question. So, let's talk about censorship. Hi, it's me, ZombieNW, and I'll be your guide as we talk about modern media censorship. But before we get into this, as always, this video makes a solid attempt to teach accurate information about a subject. I try to make these as little opinionated as possible and as correct as possible. So, with that in mind, let's get into it. If we want to go back to the beginnings of modern media censorship, we have to go back to the beginnings of modern media with the motion picture. The year is 1966 and you took yourself and your little Timmy to go see the new film, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? It's a fine film, made from a fine play, until you hear the line, "Hump the hostess." It echoes in your head a little bit. It lingers almost. You can't let Timmy hear such foul language, but fear not. For Jack Valenti, the president of the Motion Picture Association of America, doesn't like that kind of language in movies either. So he and the rest of the MPAA developed the MPAA rating system, a rating system designed to tell people the content of a film before they watch it. This was to replace the MPPC, also commonly known as the Hays Code. The Hays Code was a guideline for filmmakers to follow so they could get their movie approved to show in theaters. However, the Hays Code was very restrictive, not allowing things like kissing longer than 3 settings, saying the Lord's name in vain, or the use of drugs, which if you've seen any movie ever, there's a lot of those 3. So it was obvious that the Hays Code had to go, and the MPAA rating system was the savior that was to replace it. And this rating system has since conquered the world of movie censorship ever since. But now it's time to go back to you and your lack of Geist. Except let's not actually talk about you, let's talk about your cousin. She's about 8 years older than you and is quite the gamer. She grew up playing her beloved Sega Genesis, so beloved in fact that she got the Sega CD for it as well. And with these additions, she got the game Night Trap and Mortal Kombat. But Night Trap is funnier for the narrative, so let's talk about that one. Night Trap is a 1992 interactive horror movie made by Digital Pictures and overseen by Hasbro. And as this was a horror game targeted towards children, Hasbro made it very clear to the development team that there could be no reproducible violence in any way, shape, or form. And with all due respect to the team, they did a fantastic job. But that didn't stop people from getting upset. On December 7th of 1993 and March 5th of 1994, there was a Senate hearing which discussed the topic of violent video games, which was a big up-and-coming controversy in the 90s. 2 games were mostly brought up throughout this hearing, and that is Mortal Kombat, for obvious reasons, and Night Trap. Over this scene right here. Take a look.
It's gonna work. You're not scaring me. Wait. What are you doing now?
During the hearing, this scene was beaten to death. People were mostly claiming that it influenced children to abuse women. But not only is this claim silly because the violence is unreproducible, but the objective of the game is to save the girls, not harm them. These are fictional vampire creatures that use thrift store grabby tools to suck the energy out of girls in an interactive B-movie. Not really reproducible. Some other things like games using light guns and Doom were brought up, but it's funny how Night Trap was one of the main focuses of the hearing. However, the hearings eventually stopped, and with the agreement that the Entertainment Software Rating Board be made, the ESRB. But the ESRB was formed in 1994, and Geist came out in 2005. So which meant, when it was Geist's turn to get rated, it was deemed M for mature, for blood, gore, nudity, and violence, which means you can't play it. So you go home feeling defeated, and try to listen to your favorite music album, Eminem's The Eminem Show. Wait, is that...